Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On this great and blessed occasion, I would like to extend my warm greeting and heartfelt best wishes to all of you. May Allah Ta'ala accept all our ibadah in this blessed month, the month of Ramadan and beyond. Today, we will talk on things that invalidate fasting. Mufsidaat Siyam. Things that invalidate fasting, my dear brothers, are of two types. One, things coming out of the body, such as semen, as a result of sexual intercourse between wife and husband, vomiting intentionally, menstruation, and cupping. Number two, things entering the body, such as eating and drinking via mouth or nose during the day of Ramadan. Allah Ta'ala has summed up things that invalidate fast in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 187. I will kindly advise you to visit this verse in the Noble Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فالآن باشروهن وابتغوا ما كتب الله لكم وكلوا واشربوا حتى يتبين لكم الخيط الأبيض من الخيط الأسود من الفجر ثم أتموا الصيام إلى الليل. In this noble verse, Allah Ta'ala has mentioned the main things that invalidate fast, which are eating, drinking, and intercourse. The remaining things were mentioned in the authentic sunnah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So briefly, there are 7 things that invalidate fasting. 1. Sexual intercourse between wife and husband during the day of Ramadan, if they do it out of their own free will. This is the most sinful act to be committed during the day of Ramadan. And if somebody did this, he has to offer expiation, kafara. He has to free a believing slave. And if he is unable to do that, of course now we don't have slaves, so this one is out. He has to fast 2 consecutive months, means continuously non-stop. And if he is unable to do that, and only Allah knows whether he can do it or not, so that is between him and Allah Ta'ala, he has to feed 60 poor people. Point to explain here. Let's say a person was traveling and he returned home during the day of Ramadan and found his wife is not fasting. We all know that a traveler and sick, they can break their fast and make up the day when they are settled. As Allah Ta'ala makes it clear in Surah Al-Baqarah 184, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. So if he returned home and found his wife is not fasting during the day, and he is not fasting because he was traveling, can they have sexual intercourse? Yes, according to our scholars, because both of them are not fasting, so they can have intercourse during the day in this particular situation. Number 2, eating and drinking intentionally during the day of Ramadan. If a fasting person intentionally eats or drink, this means he does not achieve the purpose of fasting. Number 3, anything that is regarded as eating and drinking, such as transfusion of blood to the one who is fasting, or receiving via a needle nourishing substances which take the meaning of food and drink, etc. Points to explain here. What about if a person is fasting and he eats unintentionally? he forgot that he's fasting. Let's say in the beginning of Ramadan, just started Ramadan, and he forgot that he's fasting, and he opened his fridge and he found something delicious. Let's say nice ice cream, and he loved it. Then he started eating that ice cream. Suddenly he remembered that I'm fasting. He has to stop immediately. He cannot say, no, this is the last spoon, so I can eat it because I ate a lot. No, he has to throw what is in his hand, and his fast is valid because of the authentic hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim, whereby Prophet Muhammad ﷺ make it very clear, whoever eat during the day of Ramadan or drink is Allah Ta'ala who fed him. So he has to stop immediately, and his fast is valid. Number 4, masturbation and ejaculation. This also invalidate fast, but the person will not offer expiation kafara, but he will make up the day. Unlike those who committed or had sexual intercourse during the day, they will offer expiation kafara. But in this situation, no, he just have to make the day. Points to explain here. Can a person kiss his wife during the day of Ramadan? Yes, if he has self-control. Everybody knows himself. If he thinks he's strong enough, even kissing his wife will not create problem for him, then he can do that based on the authentic sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But if he knows himself that he's weak, kissing his wife will lead to something bigger, he has to stop it. He shouldn't do that in order to protect himself and to protect his fast. If a person had intercourse with his wife during the night and he overslept until Fajr, his fast also is valid. All what he has to do is to perform Ghuslul Janaba, religious bath, and go to the masjid. Number 5, menstruation, al-hayd and nifas invalidate fast. Al-nifas, the blood after childbirth. Points to explain. If a woman sees the blood of her menstruation and nifas, as we said, her fast is invalid. Even if that is a moment before the sunset. 5 minutes, let's say 5 minutes before the adhan, and she saw the blood, her fast is invalid. She has to eat immediately. Even scholars say that she should not say that, okay, remaining only a few minutes, let me just, okay, wait until that few minutes, then I eat. No, scholars said immediately she saw her blood, she has to eat something, drink something, even before the sunset, few minutes before the sunset. But if she feels her period is coming, but she did not see any blood, her fast is valid. She feels that the period is coming, but no blood, her fast is valid. What about if a woman, her blood stopped during the night and she has intention to fast, but she did not perform her ghusl until Fajr? Her fast also is valid. What she has to do just to perform her ghusl, and then she continue her fasting. What about a woman who take pills in order to stop her period for the whole month of Ramadan, for her to be able to fast? Scholars said no problem with that. Inshallah ta'ala, her fast is valid. Even though they advise if she stay the way she is, inshallah she will be rewarded for that. But if she take pills in order to stop the blood so that she will be able to fast for the whole month of Ramadan, no problem with that. Her fast is valid. Number 6, vomiting intentionally during the day of Ramadan. Let's say somebody put his mouth intentionally and he vomit, or he smells something which makes him to vomit. His fast is invalid because of the authentic hadith mentioned in narrated by Tirmidhi, where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَمَنِ اسْتَقَاءَ عَمْدًا فَلْيَقْضِي, whoever vomits deliberately, intentionally, let him make up the day, or let him make up the fast. Number 7, cupping or hijama. Let's say somebody, for whatever reason, he wanted to make hijama, he can go and do it. And this is in line also with the blood donation. Let somebody give blood donation, his fast is invalid. It's recommended if somebody wants to give blood donation to do it during the night. But if it's essential, somebody is in need, he has to save life, no problem with that. He can do it during the day, but he has to make up that day. There are some exceptions here scholars mention, such as nosebleed, bleeding that results from the extraction of a tooth, surgery, blood test, injection, which do not replace food and drink, rather for the purpose of medical treatment, such as penicillin or insulin. All these, inshallah ta'ala, will not invalidate his fast. Also vaccination will not invalidate his fast. What about the kidney dialysis? Scholars said it's regarded as invalidating fasting due to the additional of chemical substances such as sugar, salt, etc. in the process. So kidney dialysis also invalidates fast. My brothers and sisters in Islam, the 7 things that are mentioned only invalidate fast, of course with the exception of menstruation and nifas, because that one automatic. So the remaining 6 things invalidate fast if 3 conditions are met. Number 1, if the person is aware of the ruling and he is not ignorant, he knows that doing this will invalidate my fast and he did it, then his fast is invalidated. But if he did it out of ignorance, his fast is valid. Number 2, if he did it knowingly and not out of forgetfulness, means he didn't forget, as we mentioned, for the one who ate during the day of Ramadan unintentionally, he forgot his fasting. So his fast is, if he did it knowingly, not out of forgetfulness, his fast is invalid. Number 3, if he do it out of his own choice, no one forced him to eat or drink or something like that, and he did it out of his own choice, then his fast is invalid. So if these 3 conditions are met, with the exception of nifas and haid, then his fast is invalid. If he did it, he knows and he do it, not out of ignorance. He do it intentionally, not because he forgot, or he do it out of his own choice. May Allah Ta'ala bless us with sound knowledge of our deen. Allahumma ja'alna min al-mukhlisina wa min al-mukhlasin. Allahumma ja'alna min al-mukhlisina wa min al-mukhlasin. Allahumma taqabbal minna siyamana wa qiyamana wa ruku'ana wa sujudana wa la taruddana khaibin. Allahumma la taj'al fi qulubina ghillan lilladhina amanu. Allahumma la taj'al fi qulubina ghillan lilladhina amanu. Allahumma la taj'al fi qulubina ghillan lilladhina amanu. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. بارك الله فيكم وإني أحبكم في الله. I love you for the sake of Allah. May Allah bless you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.